Facebook Live, Jeff and Tracy.
Are you ready for some football?
I thought you'd have a nice little drum thing ready for us today.
I'm off today.
Okay. All right.
Hey, so we can't even hear that song on Monday Night Football anymore. Do you hear about that?
Yeah, Hank's done, huh?
Hank got replaced by Little Richard.
Is that what it is?
I don't know, but it ain't Hank.
Hank is done.
Well, you know what? They're going to probably get some new country guy to redo it.
I'm
like
dressed
Florida Georgia Line or something.
With my Packers Vikings. That's the big game this week.
That's not the big game this week.
It is the big game.
No.
The biggest game. It is.
Is it even going to be on TV?
Yeah, it's on TV.
I thought it was just going to be on
headline.
online.
It's going to be the headline game of the week.
I don't think so.
I mean, Dallas is playing on Sunday, but we'll get to that. And we'll get to my picks on Dallas and all that kind of stuff. But today is the day we've been waiting for, though, Tracy.
Oh, hey, and what I say, this show goes out to all the haters that said there wouldn't be an NFL season. There were so many people that were just afraid. They were scared. We're not going to have a season. Baseball's not going to play. NBA's not going to play.
Did you notice?
Yeah, so that's 3 for you and none for me.
Isn't that nice, though?
It is nice. But
yeah, okay. They're just checking to make sure.
I'm just wondering, where's my swag? Like, I have nothing. I can't even get a mask from Bobby.
She said she's working on it.
Sharice, we're not. You can boycott the NFL, Sharice. That's fine. I'm not. I don't care if people sit, stand, break dance before a game. I don't care. I just want football back.
There you go. All right. I just don't want you at the end of the year beating up your furniture, okay? In the new house, we can't have you going crazy because the Cowboys broke your heart once again, all right? We just can't have that.
It's going to be fine because we have old furniture anyway.
All right. Well, I just want you to be okay because, you with this losing all the time with the Cowboys, I get worried about you because you go into this funk and then you don't want to talk to me. You need a buddy at that time, when this happens. You need a buddy. And I'm here for you. I just want you to know I'm here for you.
And I'm going to be there for you because I'm not sure. We'll get into it, but I'm not feeling good about your Packers. I did a lot of research.
What's wrong with my Packers?
We'll get to it. It's okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And Claudia, why are you wearing a mask? Aren't you alone?
He is, but he's socially distant from the fact that the Packers are not even going to make the playoffs.
That is not true. Claudia, you don't know if I'm alone or not.
Oh, wow. Dang.
She makes it sound like she knows that I'm alone. What's that all about? All right.
Well, Bella's with you.
Yeah, Bella's here. She's on the floor. All right, we got a big game tonight, Texans
and the Chiefs, man.
Chiefs. We're going to see if the Chiefs can get it rolling again to see if they can end up at the Super Bowl for number 2 chance. 2 in a row. Did you hear them talking? They're saying that nobody has done 3 in a row since the Super Bowl era. That's true. But the
Cowboys have come close.
Packers did 3 in a row. Okay.
Oh God! Is this when they wore the leather helmets? Yeah, because don't you have like 20 world championships?
The Packers did the year before the 2 Super Bowls. They had 1, and then they had the 2 Super Bowls. That's 3 in a row. That's the only team. Do you realize that? That's the only team that has done 3 world championships in a row. Just going to point that out right off the bat.
But the world that they played in was very small because it was before the AFL NFL merger.
But they did take on the Cowboys. I guess it must have been small.
I'm not debating that you guys cheated in the Ice Bowl, froze us in our own hotels. That's cool.
It's not what happened.
You literally froze us
did not.
in our motel. Y'all didn't even get us into a hotel. It was a motel. Cowboys players couldn't even get out of their room.
That's because in the 60s.
Because you guys snow plowed the parking lot and pushed all the snow up against the wall and the doors, and guys couldn't get out. Then your coach Lombardi decided to freeze the field. That's fine. Whatever it takes for you cheaters. You always talk about the Cowboys cheating. You guys
That's
cheated
because
way before it was
the
cool.
Packers, the Green Bay area, didn't have hotels at that time in the 60s. Come on.
And they still don't.
Have you stayed in a hotel in Green Bay?
I've driven past them. I don't want to stay there. I'm going to Egg Harbor. All right,
Texans
so
and
Texans,
Chiefs.
Chiefs. Hey, look at that. We're on the same page. Do you realize that Mahomes was one offsides call away from being in Super Bowls back-to-back?
I do know that.
And so I just don't see – okay, there's a chance the Texans pull this one out, but it won't affect what the Chiefs are going to do. So I say the Chiefs pull this one out, and it's going to be – these are two of the powerhouses in the AFC, in my opinion. I would put the Texans probably in there in the mix. It's going to be tough. The Ravens are tough. Houston's one of those teams that could go either way. They lost DeAndre Hopkins, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Deshaun Watson, pretty good quarterback. It's going to be – this matchup is going to feature a glimpse of the future of the NFL, Jeff. You got Deshaun Watson versus Patrick Mahomes.
What is that
and I think
about?
finally the NFL has figured out the running, versatile, double threat quarterback.
Is that the about what, little over $700 million worth of quarterbacks right there tonight?
Ooh, that's a lot of money. You don't want to see anybody getting hurt.
You know?
But I think this is a great preview for the future of the NFL, man. That's where we're going. The pocket quarterbacks are going to be few and far between.
So you're going to take the Chiefs tonight.
Yes,
I'm going to flip it. I believe, and I don't even like Billy O. I don't like Billy O. I think he should be gone as the coach of the Texans.
I like his chin. He's got a nice John Travolta chin.
But to give him all the power that they gave him, as head coach and general manager, that's just ridiculous. I don't know who's making the decisions in Houston. But I'm going to take the Texans tonight.
I mean, I could see him have an opening game slip up. And
I think the Texans are going to win with their defense. Because I got a feeling Watt. I got a feeling the whole defense is going to be able to run with them. Okay? I think their backside, their defensive backs, safeties can handle the speed of Kansas City. I do believe this. So what happens then? The Chiefs go down to they get a loss. You look at their schedule, and if they get off to a bad start, whose heads are they going to be calling for? Andy Reid?
Nope. Yeah, probably. They're not going to blame Mahomes for it. That's for sure.
They're not. So this
is his fault.
So tonight's game is going to be a good kickoff because the other part of this is nobody's done any preseason. Now, this is that first time where everybody always wanted no preseason games.
I know. That they've been talking about it for years.
Right. So now we're going to see how that goes. And even on Sunday and then Monday, all the teams have not had preseason games to get going. So
there's one thing. There are no advantages.
And then
everyone started the same.
What is it, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in? Then they went to pads and everything. So they haven't even really had pads on.
Yeah.
So,
everybody, but the great thing is everyone is at the same spot.
So this
season's going to be very interesting.
So there
might be some ugly play.
So this is going to be it. It's going to be Texans and Chiefs tonight, and I believe the Texans will win by 3.
Okay.
All right. And I gotta believe, and I got a bad feeling about this. Bad.
Is that from Star Wars?
Got a bad feeling about this. I think Mahomes goes down for the year.
Man, why do you always have these cryptic?
I have a feeling
premonitions
that Mahomes is going to go down for the year. The $500 million baby goes out with a torn toenail or something for the whole year.
Torn toenail.
And they'll say it's a turf toe, and it's going to be the thing that bothers him for the rest of the year. But I just have a feeling. I got a feeling that that's what's going to happen because he hasn't got hit yet at all.
He's too quick.
And it's going to happen. He's going to get hit tonight. They're going to bring the house a few times to see how he's going to handle that. So that's all going to go on tonight. So that's tonight's game. That's where I'm at with this. they got rid of a receiver in Houston that went to Arizona, Hopkins, and then they brought David
He's
Johnson.
with your buddy. He's with your buddy.
My good friend.
Yeah.
Steve
Keim. Yeah.
Yep. Good friend. And, Steve's a little bit upset. Texted me this week and said, "Hey, how come you're not wearing the swag that I got you?" And I said, "Well, I got to wear the over the line swag. I can't wear the Cardinal stuff all the time."
Yeah. God forbid you don't wear stuff that you paid for.
Right. So, but with David Johnson, I believe David Johnson's probably at the end of his career. What do you think?
I think he's got a little bit left in the tank. I really do.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you got Kyler Murray back there. I really think that the Cardinals offense is going to be one to watch. I'm not sure if it's going to translate into wins.
David Johnson is in Houston.
Oh, wow.
He got traded for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, so no, but going back, we're talking about DeAndre being there and the fact that the Cardinals lost that running back. I don't think it's going to have that much of an effect on it. I think they're still going to be an exciting offense to watch.
And then we get to see, and then tonight in Kansas City, we get to see Hilaire, a boy from LSU, your neck of the woods. We'll see how he's going to run. They got a great offensive line, but you got to remember one of their offensive linemen decided to opt out, one of their good ones, because he's a doctor.
Yeah.
And he wanted to help the COVID. So he's headed off to, I think he's in Canada, working as a doctor. And so, they're missing a piece there. I just have a feeling that this could be one of those games that Kansas City gets caught looking past. Does that make sense?
You think they're already looking ahead?
I think they're already looking ahead. I think they're listening to their press. And this is what's going to happen is if they get off to a bad start, all of a sudden it's going to be like, whoa, we're not as good as what we thought, what everybody's telling us.
I don't think they're looking ahead to the Chargers. I think they got that one pretty much wrapped up.
And we're going to talk that one. I think the Chargers are going to be better. I really do. They got a great defense, great defense. They got some horses on that defense.
One of the Bosa brothers is there, and then they got a rookie out there that's going to probably make some noise. He's projected to possibly be a defensive rookie of the year candidate.
Right. So I believe that, if you look at Dallas's schedule, they're the ones that have like the cupcakes. The schedule is really set up for them really well, because they play the Bengals and Jaguars and all that kind of stuff.
So, it's sad. I'm sorry, Jeff. It's okay, buddy.
But we'll talk about Dallas.
You can complain about their schedule later.
So you're taking Kansas City.
Yep.
Do we see Mahomes throwing for 500 yards then tonight?
Not tonight.
Okay. So
no. He's going to have a good outing.
He will have a good outing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, did you get a chance to see on the NFL channel the Andy Reid thing from 2019 about how this Super Bowl solidifies him now for the Hall of Fame and all that? Do you think that he wouldn't have been in the Hall of Fame if he went to won a Super Bowl? He's the sixth winningest coach in the NFL. I know this tells everybody Andy Reid's a great coach because he won a Super Bowl. But do you think Mike McCarthy is a Hall of Fame coach right now?
Not right now.
So
after he wins in Dallas, he will be.
So because he got one Super Bowl, that's not considered he should be in the Hall of Fame. But Andy Reid now should because he got one.
I could see Andy Reid as a Hall of Famer.
Andy Reid will be a Hall of Famer. I believe Andy Reid would have been a Hall of Famer without the Super Bowl, though. Because being the sixth winningest coach, you got to put him in, no matter what.
But don't Super Bowls translate to success?
That's what they say. It translates to the Hall of Fame usually.
By the Marino logic.
Right. So
he got in, but made one appearance as a rookie and didn't win and never went back.
So anyway, it was a good story on him, talking about how, everything was put together and it was great to hear Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, talk about messing up in his calls and that kind of thing, because usually you don't have a coach, go out and say, yeah, I really messed that one up.
Yeah. Well, it's all about accountability.
So that was great to see that. But so it's a big night NFL back. A lot of people thought this wasn't going to happen. A lot of people are still very upset that it's happening because
they're hating on it.
they're
They don't
hating on
want
it.
happiness.
No.
They don't want us to be happy,
No.
Jeff.
And and we've stayed away from the whole COVID thing, okay, about talking about the COVID and all that kind of stuff. But I got a feeling that there's going to be some positive test during this. Yes.
Well, yeah, there will be. It's inevitable, but I think it's going to be controlled. And the NFL is not reporting a true positive test. They're just putting him on the injured reserve.
Reserve, right.
So that's part of the NFLPA. Why are you making me big? My wife got mad at you for doing that. She doesn't want to see me. She wants to see us equal.
Why?
Because it looks better.
I don't like it. I like it when you're bigger.
Just so you can see my Dallas Cowboys shirt better?
Yeah, that's the reason. Plus, I like it this way because then you can see my Steve Keim nice Arizona Cardinal blanket that's on the wall. Beautiful, beautiful blanket from Steve.
Beautiful, beautiful blanket. Robust blanket. It's the greatest blanket ever made. Super blanket.
All right, so we get tonight. How much do you think the telecast is going to be about fans, COVID? Do you hope that they just stay away from that stuff and just call the football game?
I hope, but they won't. It's going to be about who stood for the anthem, who knelt for the anthem, and how the season wasn't going to happen, poo-pooing about all of it, rather than it being a celebration of football.
Right. And that's what I hope they don't do.
And don't forget, there's going to be the social justice moments. So be prepared for that. So it's, you know what? Maybe I'm selfish. I like my sports pure, but it's not like that anymore. Everyone's making a statement. So in order for me to watch football, I'll just have to tolerate the message. But you know what's funny, Jeff? I'm going to miss half the game.
Why?
Carter's got a football game today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to be out and about with Carter. And don't worry, I'll text you and keep you up to date on what's going on.
Don't bother me, bro. I'm getting film for my son. I'm doing research.
Deshaun Watson, I think he's going to be on the same level. A lot of people think I'm crazy on that. I think you're going to see a different Deshaun Watson this year. I think he's going to be exceptionally good. His contract's done. He's ready to play. And he's got some talent there on offense, but it's all going to be surrounded by him. And this is his first test to get rolling. And what better way for Deshaun Watson to show everybody that he's supposed to have that kind of money than to play against the Chiefs right off the bat?
Oh, I mean, it's going to be a proving. You're playing against the world champions, reigning world champions. So it's a coming. But man, this game already has tremendous amount of hype since it's the first game of the 2020 COVID season. But it's one of the better teams in the AFC versus the best team in the NFL. So there's inherent hype in that game.
And you got to remember,
he's going to be coming out to prove something.
And they got something to prove. Houston's got something to prove because they were up 24-0 in the playoffs, and just completely Billy O'Brien I'll just say it, shit the bed.
Oh my goodness, Jeff.
I mean, he was horrible. He was horrible in every aspect of coaching in that game. And they have something to prove now. Now, can a team overcome their coach? Yes. Because Green Bay did for 10 years with Mike McCarthy.
And they're doing it now with your pretty boy LaFleur.
And we're so glad that he went to Dallas to show how inadequate he is. So I believe that the Houston Texans will win tonight, and I'm not picking them because of my boy J.J. Watt. I'm not. So I hope that we can see J.J. Watt for a whole year without injuries and see what he's about, because that guy's an exceptional player. He's one of those great human beings, and he definitely needs to play the whole year for the Texans and not get hurt. So,
he's one of the good guys, so I really hope he stays healthy. Jeff, I will say that my concern for the Texans is their receiving core after losing DeAndre Hopkins. Your starting receivers are Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, and then you got Kenny Stills and your boy Randall Cobb.
Randall Cobb's still a great slot receiver.
Yeah, he played well for Dallas.
I think Cooks and Fuller are great receivers. I think they're going to shine. I mean, now you don't have that, the Hopkins go, hey, I need the ball. You got these guys now. Kenny Still's a good ball player. Yeah. He's a good wide receiver.
Yeah. I just don't see him. I don't see him having that threat. Like, you look at those receivers.
But you got to look at also the other side of it. Can Kansas City's defensive backfield handle those guys? Which, if you look at their backfield, it's not the strongest point of their defense. They got a couple of good players out there, but are they good enough all game to cover these guys? I think there's going to be times for Watson to throw it downfield, and they got to take those shots, instead of him tucking the ball and running. He's going to have to be a little bit more of a pocket passer on some of these so you can get the ball downfield. So I believe that they have enough. And if Johnson can at least show a little bit left in the tank from his Arizona days, they have the chance to be pretty good on offense. And defensively, I think they'll hold up well too. So that's my opinion with the Texans. I just have a feeling that we're going to see the Texans win tonight. I don't know why that is, but I just think that the Texans are going to stay with Kansas City. I got a feeling Kansas City is going to start out slow this year, and it's all going to be like people just mad, about what's going on. And one of the guys that's going to be mad in sports TV and radio is Nick Wright, because he thinks that Kansas City is all world, and I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl again in February of 2021.
Hey, Kevin Tyler.
So
we did some time on the road. Hope Florida's nice for you right now.
You said
Raiders. We'll see.
So, all right, this week, Sunday. Let's get to the Sunday games. All right. Ready?
Yeah.
So we got Seahawks and Falcons.
Okay, I've wanted to bury this for a while.
Okay.
And after the Falcons just squandered that lead in the Super Bowl against the Patriots, can we not call Matt Ryan Matty Ice, please?
Yeah.
There was never anything icy about his play, except it was like being on a frozen road, not knowing what they were going to do. So can we bury Matty Ice?
Jeff doesn't know what he's talking about right away. Kevin right away,
I agree with you totally.
Text me.
I totally agree with you, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more.
Kevin, I'm going to send you a message when the Texans win. And you know what? Here you are talking about the Raiders, and you would not believe where I have the Raiders at the end of the year.
Okay.
And now all of a sudden you're already ripping on me. See that?
Well, it's just the negative vibes you're putting out there. Hi, Tammy.
Okay. Do you remember Matt Ryan talking about Matty Ice? Okay.
No, I said we're not going to talk about Matty Ice.
But I'm going to talk about how Matty Ice got iced. Okay. I don't know if you remember the play, but it was in the championship game when the Packers were heading to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Matty had the ball and was moving down the field. The Packers, Draymond Williams, was running around the defensive backfield like he had his head cut off. He was running around backed out, Matty was calling the play quick. He's running around, he's throwing his hands up and all this kind of stuff. And what had happened, it made it look like he was confused of what's going on. And if you go back and watch that one play took them to the Super Bowl. What had happened is he thought Draymond was out of position, and Draymond iced him so bad and popped and jumped the route and took it back for the touchdown. Pick six. It was the turning point of the game against Atlanta that year. And at that point, I thought, Matty Ice, where are they getting this guy from?
Exactly.
That's not Matty Ice. Matty Ice would have never made that play. He would have known that an NFL quarterback was duking him.
And ice cold. That's what he was.
So, but Falcons, I think they're going to be okay. Seahawks might have some trouble this year. I don't know. That's a tough division out there.
It is very tough. Very tough division.
I think the two toughest divisions is maybe out west there in the NFC, and then of course the NFC North. I think is a great division. I would say the East on the NFC would be a good division if you didn't have Washington and the Eagles and the Giants, because I think Eagles are going to be down this year. I agree
with you, Jeff.
I think the team that comes out of the East, NFC East, will be 8-8. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I don't think there will be a winning record coming out of the East. But anyway,
I cannot bet against Russell Wilson.
Right.
So I'm taking the Seahawks.
He's a proven commodity there in Seattle. But I have a feeling that Seattle's got some trouble this year. So Browns, Ravens are going to just roll. I got a feeling the Ravens are going to be great.
That's going to be a disaster.
And then Jets against the Bills. I think Josh Allen out there in Buffalo. I think he's ready for a great year, and I just don't see the Jets pulling anything off there. I really
don't see that. McDermott is one of the dark horses for Coach of the Year, so we'll see.
Okay,
but getting back to the Browns, man. Did you see what OBJ got into?
No, now what?
I'm not gonna say. But it has something to do with the color brown.
Oh,
just
boy.
When you get off, just go ahead and
look it up.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. All right. I'm not really worried about the Browns because I think they're going backwards here a little bit, and probably
I think they're gonna have an uptick this year. I think,
you think they will?
Baker Mayfield's gonna play better. They got a new coach. He's not gonna wear the wrong t-shirt like he did like the ex-coach did. Freddie Kitchens, he got in all kinds of trouble after the Pittsburgh debacle. So I'm going to say that going back to those two games, I see Baltimore just completely destroying the Browns. And then what was the other game you were talking about?
Jets and Bills. I take the Bills.
Jets and Bills. I take the Bills too.
I take Falcons. I take the Falcons, Ravens, and Bills.
Okay.
And then we get to the Raiders and Panthers.
Kevin Tyler. What do we got there?
And Kevin, you know what? Now that you ripped on me, I hope the Panthers run it up 50 to nothing.
Oh, no.
I'm picking the Panthers now. There. How do you like that, Kevin?
I'm going Raiders because we got Jason Witten there.
Why didn't he retire? There's
another guy. Some air in the tires.
There's another guy. Why do you put that blemish on your career as a Dallas Cowboy just because you want to play one more year? You're running a 7-second 40.
I'm going with Gruden, man.
It's time to just retire. Retire as a Cowboy.
It's the experience.
He can't retire because he knows he cannot go into media. He can't do TV again. There's just no way.
That
was
going
a disaster.
Back and playing for Dallas was a win-win for everybody because he got out of the Monday Night Football booth. And didn't really translate into wins for the Cowboys. And it wasn't his greatest season at all by any stretch.
The nice thing about the Raiders is that they always have speed. Always. On the wide receiver.
They have that beautiful stadium.
And they have a
like
beautiful
the Death
stadium.
Star.
And
they got Gruden. They got Gruden.
And I agree with Kevin Tyler. He's going to coach one day. Jason Witten is going to coach. Now, will he be a head coach soon? I think he's going to have to wait on that.
He's going to be the head coach at the University of Tennessee. The Fighting Donnie Palmers.
I thought they would bring back what was that?
Don't say Dooley.
Yeah, Dooley. I think they should bring him back. I think they didn't give him enough time.
I think they need to bring Kiffin and Dooley back.
That's what they should do. That's what I believe.
If they don't get Witten, they're going to get Witten and Peyton Manning on the coaching staff. That's a win-win for everybody.
I've always been, though, speaking of the Raiders, go back to them. I've always been a David Carr fan.
Yeah.
I think David Carr is a great quarterback. And I believe that he's going to have a better year under Gruden. I have that feeling also. and I think it's going to be a good year for the Raiders. I really do. New stadium, new place, new home.
Yeah.
And
I definitely see them having a stronger season.
What's nice about it is that, with the NFL, they're going to hold people accountable and all that kind of stuff with the COVID. So guess what? Those players will not be going out in Vegas like
I would
be on a good year where there was no COVID. So I think they're going to be concentrating on football in Las Vegas. So Raiders, Panthers, and I'm gonna pick the Raiders. I was kidding, Kevin. I really wasn't going to go with the Panthers. Okay, now Black and Blue division, Bears and Lions. What are you thinking? Trubisky.
I think the big question mark for the Bears is at quarterback. Trubisky apparently has gotten all swollen and stuff, but that's not going to help him from throwing interceptions. And then you got Nick Foles in the fold, and he's got Super Bowl experience. So I see there being a quarterback controversy.
Did I say David Carr? I think I did.
Yeah.
Is that the quarterback? I think it's Derek. Which one?
Derek is the quarterback.
Yeah. I made a mistake.
That's okay.
I like David though too.
David he's got a Super Bowl ring, and he got one from being with the Giants, but he didn't play.
Yeah. David was a great quarterback. He got caught up in the wrong situation. That's all.
Man, he was put out to the wolves when he got drafted by the Texans. They had no one around him. That poor man. I'm surprised he can complete a sentence after how badly he got beat up.
It's almost like Phillip Rivers never had the offensive line. He got beat up.
Yeah. So
sorry about that.
At the Bears and Lions, man, that's the cellar dwellers of the NFC North. I see the Lions winning that one, but Matthew Stafford is one of those guys that I think you want to see him do well, but he's just never put anything together. And I did look up some stuff, man. There's one team that, as far as the Lions go, Matt Patricia is definitely on a prove-it year. I think if they have a crap season, he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
And then where does that leave Matthew Stafford? Does he go somewhere else? Is there anything out there for him? Like Reba said, is there life out there? Is there life out there?
He's got a contract, and whoever takes that on is going to have cap space, or does he restructure? Who knows? But I think he's going to be there another few years. And I think you're right. Patricia is going to be out if he doesn't turn down, at least turn this thing around a little bit. And I think that they're going to have a rough time trying to turn it around because they're playing in one of the better divisions. And
that is a tough division, man.
So it's going to be tough for them. Moving on to, I believe the team of the year. Now, mark this down, Tracy. You got a pen?
I'm all electronic now.
Okay. So I want you to mark this down. The team of the year is going to be the Indianapolis Colts. It's the team of the year. The reason being is Phillip Rivers finally has a great offensive line.
He does have a great offensive line.
That Nelson from Notre Dame is a beast in the offensive line, and he's going to be protecting his backside. So that offensive line is a great offensive line now in Indianapolis. I mean, I bet you right now, Luck is sitting at home going, you know what? I'm 30. I just turned 30.
Yeah.
And I think I could come back. I think I could be back. And I bet he's sitting there looking at that offensive line going, where did these guys come from? How come I didn't have that? I got killed back there. So, and then plus they have a Wisconsin boy in the backfield, Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan the Toolman Taylor? Or is that Tim the Toolman Taylor?
I watched Jonathan for a long time at the University of Wisconsin, and that guy is explosive. He can do it all, and I think that's going to help Phillip Rivers so much.
Well,
go ahead.
Playing against Jacksonville will make anybody look good.
That's true. That's why. It's going to be – I mean, that's a Colts win, I believe. So that right off the bat. But I'm telling you right now, watch the Colts this year.
So the Colts are going all the way?
Not going to say that yet.
Oh.
We got things to do here.
But things are looking good for the
Dolphins
Colts.
And Patriots.
Dolphins
Here we go.
Patriots, man.
This is the most – if you're a football fan, just a pure football fan, this is the game you want to watch and just see a couple of things. Cam taking over for Brady, Bill and Cam working together, and then what Flores has built down there in Miami, which they're not a bad team right now.
They are not a bad team. And Flores is another one that's a dark horse for Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. And so that's going to be a game that I want to watch. I hope that in our area we have the Dolphins and Patriots this weekend, because I believe that is going to be one of the good games this week.
So who you got in that game?
I'm going for Flores and the Miami Dolphins.
We're going to split on that one. I'm going to go with Cam.
Okay. So that's going to be the game. One of the games to watch this week. All right.
Hey, do you see? So did you notice that Tua is on the injured list with a hip issue? Nothing serious, but he's just on the injured list. So Major Ryan Fitzpatrick will be getting the start.
Right.
I'm curious to see what's the over-under you think on Tua playing games this season for the Dolphins. How many you think?
He's going to play. He's going to play a lot, I got a feeling.
All right.
And Kevin Tyler, I think he actually agrees with me that Jonathan Taylor is a dark horse there in Indianapolis. Kevin, I'm telling you, Jonathan Taylor, if that's who you're talking about, was the steal of the draft. Was the steal.
See how you guys started out on rocky footing?
Yeah, rocky footed. Also,
now you guys are best friends.
Best friends now all of a sudden.
You're going to be doing karate in the garage before it's over.
Eagles in Washington. Who's
Can
going
they
to watch
both
that
lose?
one? Can be a tie.
I'm going to go on record, and I'm referring to the Washington football team. I'm just going to go ahead and give them a name, okay?
Okay.
The Washington whatevers, because that's about what we're going to see. Well, you're not going to see anything from this team.
Okay.
So if both teams could lose, that would be great, but I'm going to pick the Eagles on this one.
All right. So Chargers and Bengals. Now, this is where I think the Chargers are going to be better.
Burrow.
There's no way that the Bengals are going to be up to par just yet. But,
no.
Bengals will probably win a couple of games this year, 3, 4,
I think
maybe.
Burrow, if he has a solid outing, that's another guy that could be.
Let's hope he doesn't get killed, though, because of their offensive line.
He could be an offensive rookie of the year candidate. He is a candidate, whether or not he does that. But Tyrod Taylor is going to be the QB for the Los Angeles Chargers, and they got one of the Bosa brothers on defense. I see the Chargers, and they got, man, did you see the sweet upgrades to their unis this season?
Yeah.
Man, it's kind of throwbacky. I'm going to make that a word, throwbacky. But I dig it. And then they got the new stadium. They're not playing at the soccer fields anymore. So they actually have a stadium. And we all know the Chargers had no problem social distancing because they couldn't even fill up the soccer stadium. So there's going to be plenty of room when they play at home at SoFi. So
Chargers, does Taylor at the end of the year, is he the quarterback of the Los Angeles Chargers?
So, okay, we already know what Tyrod Taylor is. They got Herbert in the draft. At some point, he's going to play.
How tall is that guy? I've been watching that stuff on HBO, and when he stands next to somebody at Herbert, it looks like he's 7 feet tall between everybody else. Or is everybody else just that short?
Let's see. Let's look up how tall Justin Herbert is.
He's got to be 6'6", 6'7", I bet. I mean, it's just crazy.
He's 6'6". Bing, okay. Ding, ding, ding. You win, Jeff.
Well, but have you watched that on HBO?
Man, I haven't watched any of the Hard Knocks stuff.
Okay, well, you should watch it because him standing next to everybody, it looks like he is at least a foot or more taller than everybody on that team.
He's a big boy.
And I got a feeling he's going to be the quarterback in week 9.
Week 9? I don't give him that long.
Week 9. Taylor will make it to week 9, I believe. But after that, it's going to be Herbert's show. And I believe they squeak in to the playoffs. And I believe that.
Is that one of your hot takes, Jeff?
That's one of the hot ones. All right.
Man, I think you had a fever when you made that pick.
Now we move on. Another good game for the weekend to watch because everybody wants to know how Brady's going to do with Gronk. But you know what? It's not only those two in Buccaneer land. I think the Buccaneers are going to be vastly improved.
Very much so. Don't forget about Mike Evans.
It's right. And you got is there Mike Williams is there as a wide receiver. And I mean, you got some guys there that I believe, and people can argue with me, this might be the best offensive weapons that Tom Brady's had in 6 years.
The funny thing about Brady is
because don't forget, he's got Fournette too, running back.
Fournette has got something to prove, man. I told you he'd go there. I'm telling you. And
so
he's got Saints. So I'm taking, man, it's going to be, here's what the Saints won't have. If you're playing in the Dome and you got a full crowd, that's hard to play in. There's going to be no crowd.
Right.
Brady is out to prove something. Gronk's out to prove something. Fournette, an old LSU guy, he's back at home. He's going to get some home cooking. Man, I see the Bucs winning this one.
All right. So
and it's a little bit of an upset, but
where are you from, Tracy? What state are you from?
I'm from Louisiana.
Do you realize that as long as I've known you, which is almost 20 years, do you realize that you've never taken the Saints in any pick that you've ever made?
I've taken the Saints in some picks before.
What? The only pick that you've taken is, boy, I hope they lose the Super Bowl. I don't want to see them. Oh, boy, I don't want to see them winning.
I've picked them in Super Bowls in the
past. My phone will blow up with all those people from Louisiana. They'll just blow up because they know I'm a Cowboy fan. How can a guy that grew up, how far were you from New Orleans? When you
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
How can you not be a New Orleans Saint fan? Because, Archie Manning.
Oh, I was a huge Archie Manning fan. And kind of like the argument.
Billy Joe. He's a Louisiana man.
Bobby Hebert.
Or Bobby Hebert.
Yeah. John Fourcade.
I mean, come on.
Dempsey.
Why?
Jackson.
See, look at Debbie Black even put a
the
little
Dome
tear.
Patrol. Chuck Muncie. Hey, I know a lot of Saints, okay?
Tony Galbraith. Great running back.
Morton Anderson.
See?
Yeah, so I felt bad for the Saints fans. I did.
Okay.
As a young and impressionable child, growing up in the 70s.
You just didn't like to wear the bag. That's what the problem was. You were embarrassed by your home state football team because everybody would go to games and wear bags over their heads.
They would. Yes,
that's what you were upset with. And so then you decided, well, I'm going to jump ship and I'm going to go over and watch number 12 for the Cowboys a little bit, like him. But then my real hero comes with number 11. And then that was the end. Right there, you're a Cowboy fan forever because of Danny White.
Yes.
So very bad. I mean, that would be like me being a fan of the Chicago Bears.
It's okay.
You don't do that, Tracy. You
don't
jump ship. You don't jump ship from your home state.
Just because you're born somewhere doesn't mean you have to root for them.
That's what's wrong in this world today. That's what people like Brett Favre and Jason Witten and Emmitt Smith, that's what's wrong with them. There's no loyalty. That's why they'll go out and finish their careers somewhere else and put a big old X on the back of them.
And you'll say the same thing about your boy Aaron Rodgers when he loses his prove-it season and ends up somewhere else, like
we're going to get there,
New England. So getting back to the Saints, I just remember as a kid, there was something about watching Roger Staubach. I'm not going to lie. So I remember those games, and I watched the Saints games because you didn't have cable. So you were forced to watch their poor play. So I felt bad for Saints fans. Okay? Then they kind of made a little bit of a push in the Bobby Hebert era. Got their first playoff appearance. And then finally got their first playoff win with Aaron Brooks. How about that? Against the Rams in 1999. See, I watched the Saints.
Okay, here's another thing real quick because I'm glad you brought that name up. Where did Aaron Brooks come from? You always talk about how Green Bay, if it wasn't for Favre, wasn't this, wasn't that, wasn't that. Where did Aaron Brooks come from? Another quarterback coming out of the Green Bay Packers to go and give New Orleans their first playoff win. Okay. Aaron Brooks was a great quarterback, I believe. He's another one got hit too much.
I don't think we're doubting the
Green Bay quarterback
of the Holmgren quarterback tree,
right? Okay.
Which was minus a limb because apparently Brunell wasn't in it.
Well, Brunell was in it, and that's why he went on the big things with the Jags. But so when you were growing up, it was cool to be a fan of the Cowboys, Redskins, or 49ers.
Don't forget the Steelers, too. There was a lot of Steelers fans.
A lot of Steelers fans.
So I can count on one hand, and this is no joke, people, and I respect these people, that when the Saints were wearing the bags and not very good, that are still diehard Saints fans. One of them is my good buddy, Jody Royer.
Okay.
Jody, I respect him a ton. My issue was that when the Saints started winning, everybody that was talking trash about them suddenly became a Saints fan. And I have a specific instance of this. Several years ago, when Romo broke his collarbone for the 5th time, or whatever, I don't know how many times he broke it, Cowboys are playing the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the Superdome. And Cowboys, it was a really close game because we had a backup quarterback in. I can never remember his name, but he was an older guy. I swear. I tried to make one of those memory tricks where you go back to it and remember who it is. Bottom line is,
a lot of Coors Light has taken care of that memory.
Man, you know what? That was even before all that stuff was. I mean, wow. I was having bad memory recall way back in the day.
So are you trying to justify your not being a Saints fan? Is that what this talk is all about right now?
No, I'm just validating why. So,
okay.
In this game, my wife and I were on a cruise, okay? And it's a Sunday night game. And it's a back and forth thing. And the Cowboys have the backup quarterback in. By all means, the Saints should win because they have the almighty Drew Brees at quarterback.
Right.
Ends up going into overtime. But to see the way, because this cruise that we took was out of New Orleans.
Was this Bledsoe was quarterbacking?
No. He was, man, it's going to come to me. But he was an older kid. I say kid. I think when he was with Dallas, he was like 28. But anyways,
was it the guy from Oklahoma State?
Yes. What was his name?
Do you expect me to have everything?
No.
Okay.
But
Oklahoma State. It was the old guy that ended up going to Cleveland and everywhere else.
He didn't go. I don't think he went to Cleveland. He actually went to the Texans.
He went to Mike Holmgren there for a while. When he was head coach of Cleveland.
God, this is gonna make me so mad.
But Oklahoma State quarterback, yeah, I can't think of his name, but he was like 38 when he retired when he graduated college.
Yeah.
So
Brandon Weeden.
Yes.
Brandon Weeden. Okay.
But if you look it up, he was with Mike Holmgren.
And so I'm going to try to make this story short because we got to move on, but hopefully it explains something. So we took this cruise ship out of New Orleans. A lot of Saints fans. My wife and I wearing Cowboy stuff. Of course, we're getting ragged. But suddenly, the Cowboys start to take the lead, and it doesn't look like the Saints are going to win.
Right.
You should have heard the Saints fans all of a sudden go back to, well, that's the Saints. They're not going to win. That's just the Saints. Go figure. And then they distance themselves from the game. And then the Saints make a comeback, and all of a sudden, oh, yeah, who that? Blah, blah, blah. Then they're back in the midst of two in the third and fourth quarter. They flipped that quick.
Right.
Ultimately, the Saints tied the game, went into overtime, and we lost on the first play from scrimmage. Drew Brees throws there was a running back streaking down the sidelines, and we lost. So that summed up the reason I don't like the majority of Saints fans, because they're quick to flip. Now, the fans that have been there from the beginning, I'm okay with. Okay. If you can name and talk about the Dome Patrol and John Forcade and Bobby Bear and Chuck Muncie, and you've been a fan since then, I'm all about it. Okay. But if your recent history is Drew Brees, I got nothing for you.
Okay.
So, all right. So anyways, I'm picking the Buccaneers to win.
All right. So we have Cardinals, 49ers. My boy,
Your boy, what's he going to do?
My boy, I think, is going to have I think the 49ers are going to be the team with the big hangover of the Super Bowl. Okay, they're going to be bigger than what the Chiefs are with the hangover.
Garoppolo's had a couple too many dates with porn stars. He won't be focused.
Garoppolo, I don't think is the right quarterback out there. And you laugh,
you know who's the right quarterback there?
You laugh at my predictions and everything, but that would be a good place for Aaron Rodgers next year.
I agree.
So don't think that wouldn't be a good place for Aaron Rodgers.
I think it'd be amazing.
Because guess what? Aaron Rodgers has always been a San Francisco 49er fan, and he would love to end his career in San Francisco. I'm just saying that. Okay?
I wouldn't mind seeing him in a 49er uniform.
Cardinals, I don't think Steve Keim would like him there.
No.
So, and my buddy Steve is going to have a good week this week. He's going to win. And let's get to let's bypass our two teams for right now and go to Monday night. Steelers and Giants. Steelers, Big Ben is back. I believe Steelers might be the one of the teams to watch this year. They got one great defense. I don't care what you put out there as an offense. That defense is fast. They get after you. TJ Watt, another Wisconsin boy, is just a beast. Should have been a Packer. I don't care what anybody says. Should have been a Packer.
That's almost a Toby Keith song. Should have been a Packer. Should have learned to eat cheese curds.
But they are the team. You got Juju Smith. It's going to be great. James Washington, Deontay Johnson, the receivers for Big Ben. And you got Connor running.
Connor, yeah.
And,
what a great story he is, man.
But you look at that front seven for Pittsburgh is just crazy. And then you look at the defensive backfield that is fast, and they hit you. If you're coming over the middle, they're going to hit you.
And that's always been a trademark of the Steelers going back, forever. And I love Tomlin. Tomlin's a great coach.
Yep.
He had to deal with Antonio Brown. Anybody that had to deal with him is a saint in my book.
So I believe the Steelers are one of the teams to watch, like the Colts this year. Then we get to the Titans and Broncos late game on Monday, and I think Titans. It all depends how Tannehill does at quarterback, I believe, for their offense.
Yeah, man, they got Jadeveon Clowney. Are you kidding me? That defense is already stout.
But the only thing I don't like,
Derrick Henry.
But you got Clowney, and this is my only knock on Clowney, and this has been ever since college. He'll look like he is Hall of Famer on one play, two plays, and then that third and fourth play, he's on the field, but he's completely away from the action. It looks like he's not in is he taking plays off or is he lost? I believe he is taking plays off. So Clowney, yes, 1-2 plays, great, but they need somebody on defense that's going to be there all the time going after that quarterback. But Titans will be improved. But Tannehill is the key, I believe, for the Nashville Titans there.
The Nashville Titans?
Yeah, but
you don't just change their name?
Well, you don't call them Tennessee. I mean, they're right there in Nashville. You got to call them Nashville Titans.
That's so weird.
All right, so that's that, and then we get to the Packers and Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Game of the year right off the bat. The game of the year.
I agree with you.
It's like the Vikings. The good thing is their defensive line is going to take a little shot because Danielle Hunter is out for the Vikings. But I love the comment of the head coach of the Vikings. Zimmer said, now he's an ex-Cowboy coach.
Yep.
And he said, after watching Aaron Rodgers film this week, it's like watching Barry Sanders. And it's true. Rodgers makes throws that nobody else makes throws like that.
Like Barry Sanders made throws?
Like he made running. I mean, you watch some of those running, plays with Barry Sanders. I haven't seen shiftiness like that. Well, now I have from the films that you send me of your son. Now there's some shiftiness. But I'm telling you, Barry Sanders, again, another one that should have been a Green Bay Packer. But we took Tony Mandrich.
Oh, yeah. He was.
Yeah.
He did a lot in the league.
Lindy Infante.
Yeah.
I forget who the GM was, maybe Tom Bratz or somebody like that. But talk about just a bad decision. But anyway, the Packers and Vikings, of course, I'm going to be a homer and say the Packers win the game. Okay.
All right.
Now, so Aaron Rodgers, do we get the Aaron Rodgers that is motivated, chip on shoulder, because Jordan Love is sitting there as the number 3 quarterback? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think he'll play well. I think he's going to have maybe a little bit of chip, but he's going to look over the sideline and go, he's number 3. You know, Tim Boyle right now is number 2. If I get hurt, Tim Boyle's coming in. They're not going to bring Jordan Love in if I get hurt. So Aaron Rodgers is going to play like Aaron Rodgers, and we're also going to see probably this year. Now, I hope not. I really hope not. But I think we're going to see a little age happening with Aaron Rodgers on some things. But we're also going to see that 1 or 2 or 3 plays during a game that he's just out of this world. So can everybody handle that? I can, because I will always be glad that I got a chance to see him win in Dallas when he threw that ball to Cooks, because there's nobody in NFL that could have made that throw. Mahomes would have never made that throw.
I think Mahomes is the only one that might be able to.
Might be able to? Okay.
Yes, I do.
So, so the Packers will beat the Vikings. And when we get to the predictions of the year and that, I got a little thing to go into there about the NFC North. Cowboys and Rams.
Hey, so I'm just going to let you know that I think the X factor in this game is Kurt. I ain't afraid of no COVID Cousins.
Yeah, Kurt's going to be gone after
you
this
like
year.
that? You like that?
You know, and I think the landing spot for Dak Prescott will be Minnesota. That's what I think. So that's next year. Okay, Cowboys, Rams. Now this is my problem with the Cowboys, Tracy. I looked at their schedule.
Oh, it's a good schedule.
I got a feeling they will be 8-8, and it's going to crush you when it happens, because I know you're thinking that they're going to be 11-5. I know that's what you're thinking, but there's a couple of games in there that you and your buddy Rick are going to be ready to shoot Mike McCarthy.
Really?
Because you're going to sit there and go, why did he do that? And then there's going to be this thing that has followed Mike McCarthy around forever, game management. You're going to look at him and go, what are you doing taking a timeout there? What are you doing? What is wrong with you? And these are the questions you're going to be asking during the year at one point. I believe 8-8, but 8-8's good enough to get you into the playoffs. And 8-8 tells you that you can get a good run in the playoffs. So I'm not saying Cowboys can't win. I'm just saying that they're going to have a rough time with their schedule this year.
You talking about time and clock management?
Time and clock.
I'm going to say this. Horrible. It's got to be better than the clapper.
I don't know.
It's got to be better than the clapper. At least McCarthy will be taking timeouts at different spots and maybe not icing his own kicker. So that's something to look forward to.
But, I mean, he made some really foolish time management calls. So, but the Cowboys, I'm not knocking on the Cowboys, because I like the Cowboys. I like what the Cowboys, Mike McCarthy has more to work with the Cowboys other than Aaron Rodgers than he ever had in Green Bay.
I agree.
Okay? Other than Aaron Rodgers. Like I told you before all year, if they would put Aaron Rodgers on that Dallas Cowboy team right now, that team is a Super Bowl winner this year. I truly believe that.
I still think they're a Super Bowl winner this year.
I don't think Dak's going to have the year that Dak plays himself out of a contract after this year.
You do know that he had his best season last year, right?
I do know that.
Okay. And so if you're looking at a trend, he's trending upward.
So
you want to talk about a prove-it season, this is going to be it for Dak.
I'm taking the Rams anyway.
All right. I'm taking my boys.
I know you will.
But you know what's an underlying story on this deal?
What's that?
Stan Kroenke and Jerry Jones.
Right.
Jerry is going to be walking into that stadium, and he does not want to get beat on the field or in a stadium.
Right.
And
That's
Jerry
a beautiful
was
stadium
very, very pivotal in getting Kroenke to move from St. Louis to L.A. And they're buddies. Jerry was born in Los Angeles, my friend. So he knows what it's like to be in L.A. He
And
does not want to be bested by Stan Kroenke.
that stadium is incredible. And you
It
got to
is.
remember,
It is.
and you got to remember the other thing that gets you when you talk about Kroenke and Jones, they all made their money basically coming out of Arkansas because Kroenke being the money of Walmart, and which was in the northwest corner of Arkansas, and Jerry Jones, of course, played at the University of Arkansas, grew up in Little Rock, and so there is a connection there between those two. But
and I just overall feel that the Rams are a sheep in wolves' clothing. You know, I said sheep in wool. That's
right.
what sheeps wear or have is wool.
Yep.
I don't think the Rams are what they're cracked up to be. They lost Gurley.
Jalen Ramsey just signed a big contract.
He did, and that's going to be – but he can't guard all three of our 1,000-yard receivers.
But he can guard Cooper, and he will
so
be
Gallup and CD's going to have 100 yards in his first game.
CD won't have
as a rookie
in his first game.
100 yards and 2 TDs.
Ramsey's going to be following Cooper all over the place.
I know.
And there is going to be times when he's covering CD. And what's going to happen there is that if they go to CD when Ramsey's on him, Ramsey's going to have the night of his life against Dak. He's going to light Dak up, and it's going to be sad for the Cowboys. And I'm just pointing this out because I got a feeling that you and Rick will be crying Monday morning or late Sunday night because they didn't take care of business right away.
They're going to take care of business. They're going to inaugurate that new SoFi Stadium with a loss.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So
that's our week one predictions. And what's going to happen now in this football season? We're going to go back on Monday and either eat crow or have chicken wings when we look at our picks.
So this is what I want to go to now is predictions. All right.
Okay.
Divisions and everything.
All right.
And I have mine ready to roll. I hope you have yours. Okay.
I do. Are we going? Which? I'm sure you want to leave our conferences and our divisions last. Okay.
So, but I put a little thing together for my predictions. All right. So I got to play this before we go to my predictions. It's just because it's going to highlight my predictions. All right. And every time you make a prediction, I will probably be saying what. So, especially when we get to the Cowboys, because you got a feeling they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
So here we go. Before we do our predictions.
What? You got flap your gun gonna do to me? What? Go ahead, talk. What? Stone Cold. What part of Stone Cold do you not understand? The bottom line is Stone Cold win the Royal Rumble, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. What?
There you go. Jeff Stone, cold predictions.
Cold predictions. I like that, Jeff.
You ready?
Luckily, you were able to get sound bites that had that. There's not a lot for Broussard. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm ready, Jeff. I'm so excited.
All right. AFC. We're going to go left to right. We're going to start out west. Ready?
Okay. All right.
AFC West.
Okay.
Here's my. Now, I hope Kevin Tyler's still with us. I can't tell if he is or not. This is where he's going to love me. I believe the Raiders take the division.
What?
Chiefs will come in second.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I believe Gruden will beat up Andy Reid like he is a drumhead.
Oh, I know. Get it. I get it.
Okay. I just think that John Gruden will pick up the sticks and just hit him every which way he can.
Like, so is it going to be love hits like on your drumhead back here?
It won't be like that.
Hits. Okay.
So it's going to be, and if we need to point that out, Gruden and Reed came from where?
San Francisco.
Reed was never at San Francisco.
He wasn't?
No. So you have Gruden, and it's funny because I was working, I forget where I was working. but I had like a Packer access where I could go and be on the practice field and all that kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, Gruden was like Mike Holmgren's car driver to the practices.
Really?
Yeah, he was the one driving him to practice. I mean, he had other things, but he did do a lot of the, pickup, like he picked up Brett Favre at the airport when they made the trade and all that kind of stuff. So, but Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. And like I said before, I got a feeling that Chargers are going to be better. But how much better, I don't know.
They can't be worse.
So,
okay, so
I think the Broncos aren't going to be there just because.
Dude, they lost Von Miller. That's
Von
huge.
Miller, that's
in
a
that
big loss.
quarterback situation,
Right?
It's not ideal.
So Raiders, Chiefs, it's going to be one of theirs to lose that
Okay.
division. All right. What do you think?
So I'm going KC.
Okay.
14-2 and the 1 seed in the AFC.
14-2.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Now, this could be in Switzerland a little bit here. I see Vegas being like 7-9, 8-8.
Okay.
So they're 2. Chargers are 4-12, and then the Broncos are lowly 3-13.
Okay.
That's what I see in the AFC West.
All right. AFC North.
All right.
I'll let you pick first.
All right. So I'm taking Baltimore, 13-3 and the 2 seed in the playoffs.
So that's AFC North.
AFC North. What'd you
You're
say?
going to take the Ravens?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. All right.
And then in second place, I got Pittsburgh at 11-5, and they're going to be the 4 seed in the playoffs.
Okay.
And then rounding out, we got Cleveland, an improved Cleveland at 9-7.
Okay.
And then a Joe Burrow season at 4-12.
Okay.
That's what I see the Bengals got.
All right. I'm going Steelers.
All right.
And then Ravens.
Okay.
Then Browns and Bengals, of course. Okay. Steelers are going to be the team to watch this year. They really are. So
It depends on how that elbow holds up, because Roethlisberger said he had trouble with it before, and he kind of played on it a while, and he's had some time off, and he's gotten it surgically repaired. I just wonder how much longer he's got.
he's got this year for sure. It's going to be a good year for Steelers. AFC South.
Okay.
I have Colts, Titans, Texans, Jaguars. And the Colts are going to be improved. Again, Rivers has an offensive line. It's going to give him more time. We're going to see a better Rivers at quarterback, I believe. And plus, he's got great help with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. So, Titans, another thing, I think Texans will have some injury problems. And I think their coach, which I would not be surprised if he's fired during the year.
He's been on thin ice for a while. Luckily, the playoff runs they've had have kept him in, but they've never gone deep in the playoffs. And they've made appearances, but they've never quite gotten over the hump in the playoffs.
So it's going to be Colts and Titans to play it out in the AFC South. What do you think?
I got Houston winning the division, Tennessee getting in as a wild card,
Okay.
and Indianapolis at 5-11 and Jacksonville at 4-12. But the Jags, if they're going to continue tanking, they might go for the 0-16.
Wow.
Because if they want Trevor,
so they get Trevor Lawrence then for sure.
Yeah. They made a lot of moves in the offseason. They've got rid of people, got rid of Fournette, got rid of Ngakoue, Yannick Ngakoue. Say that a bunch of times.
Are you ready for the AFC East?
Yes, sir.
I have Dolphins, Bills, Patriots, Jets.
Okay, we agree on one.
Oh, okay.
I have Buffalo winning the division.
All right.
I have New England at
second.
Yeah, New England second.
Wow.
Getting into the playoffs at 9-7. Wow. They're the last seed. They just sneak in. I'm not saying they're going to make a run, but they're going to get in. An improved Miami, 5-11, and then the lowly Jets at 3-12.
Okay. All right. I don't agree with that. But
all right. So you want to go over who's going to be the AFC representative, or you want to wait?
We'll wait on that.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's go your NFC, and we'll do the same thing.
Okay, buddy.
We'll go west to east. All right.
Okay. All right.
And so here we go. We'll go with NFC West. I'm not going to take all the teams because I believe the hangover for San Francisco is going to be real. I don't think Russell Wilson can pull off magic. Pete Carroll's a great coach. I'm not going against Pete Carroll. But I don't think he can pull the magic like he's done in the last few years. So my pick is my buddy Steve Keim, the general manager of the Arizona Cardinals, gets the division.
Oh, wow. You're going to get another box of stuff sent to you.
I'm hoping. So that is going to be a good – I think I lost my notes that I had on the Arizona Cardinals. But anyway, Arizona Cardinals, I believe they have it. Murray's going to be a better quarterback this year. And we got to remember old Cliff there at coach.
He wanted him in the first place.
He's a genius. Yeah. He is a genius. So I believe that is that's the pick out west. What are you going with?
So, and then, yeah, getting back to the Cardinals just for a second. You got DeAndre Hopkins. You got Larry Fitzgerald. Kyler Murray in his second year of a system that's built for him.
Right.
That offense, I'm telling you, man, they could be one of the ones to watch. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to translate into wins, as you will see in my prediction.
Okay.
But let's see. I got in our NFC West, got the 49ers. No hangover.
No hangover.
No.
You think
they're going to be the 1 seed?
You think Garoppolo is a great quarterback, going to get him back?
He does just enough.
Okay. All right. Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
And then after that, you can't discount Seattle. I say they're in the second spot in that division, but with a 12-4 record. That's going to be a tight division.
So you don't think the Rams are going to be there?
No.
Oh, okay.
And an improved Arizona Cardinals. Once again, this could go either way. 9-7, 8-8, which still shows improvement. So I'm not totally poo-pooing on the Cardinals season. They're going to be improved.
Because if you're expecting some swag from Steve Keim and putting them at the last pick in their division, you're probably not going to get a box of anything.
Probably not. So that's why I didn't put him there.
Okay. All right. So let's move to NFC South. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers. That's my picks. Bucks, Saints, Falcons, Panthers. Brady coming to Tampa is going to be a high for the whole Tampa fan base.
Bruce Arians is a quarterback whisperer.
And he's going to do well with Tom Brady. Plus, Gronk is there. Now, how much Gronk will end up playing on his old body, who knows?
Oh, he's got a new body.
He does.
He had that time off, and he doesn't want to play like poop.
He looks like he's lost some weight.
He's a leaner version of himself, and he's that eternal safety blanket.
Now, I know all of the Tracy family in Louisiana hate me because they wanted me to pick the Saints, and I just couldn't bring myself to pick the Saints because I just got a feeling the Bucks, and it's going to be, and we're going to be able to see that right away this weekend, aren't we?
We will.
So it'll be good to see what happens right away this weekend. But so that's my picks. Go ahead.
I'm going to make some friends on this pick, Jeff.
Okay. All right.
I'm taking the Saints.
Okay.
Winning the division, 12-4. I see the Bucks in second place, 11-5. It's going to be close. Atlanta at 8-8, and then Carolina with the leadership of the once Saint Teddy Bridgewater at 6-10.
Wow. All right. Where's Bridgewater? I got to figure out where did he go.
He's at Carolina.
He's at Carolina.
Yeah, so he showed out with the Saints last season in relief of Drew Brees while he was injured and played great. And they rewarded him by sending him to a division rival.
Okay.
And then the Saints picked up famous Jameis Winston.
Okay.
A member of the 30-30 club. Do you know what the 30-30 club is?
30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
Yes.
Same club that Brett Favre is from.
And there are some Saints fans that feel the same Saints fans that wore out Jameis Winston, called him trash. They're saying he's going to be the next Teddy Bridgewater.
There you go.
Once again, you see the flip-flopping. You see a trend here.
Yep. All right.
So now you understand what I went through. So just getting that out of the way.
Here's my pick for the NFC East. You ready?
Ooh, yeah, buddy. I'm ready.
Are you ready for this?
Can't wait to hear this one.
Are you ready? The team that doesn't have
a name,
a second name, will win the division at 9-7.
9-7.
Washington. They're going to play. They're going to play like crazy this year for their coach who has cancer. They're going to come out and it's going to be nuts. It's going to be like the big thing of the year, but they won't go anywhere in the playoffs. But they will win.
So they win the division.
They will win that division. Dallas will be second at 8-8. Eagles, Giants. And I really feel bad picking Doug Peterson because, again, he come out of that Green Bay tree, you know, and I like Doug Peterson. But I don't see it. I don't see Wentz as a great quarterback.
I don't either.
You know, so I don't know. So I got to pick, and I know everybody's like falling down laughing about the Washington pick, but that just shows you how much I hate Dallas. Okay, that's all that does.
So you made it personal?
So I made it personal on that pick.
Wow.
So
you're supposed to leave emotion out of it.
But I will tell you that whoever wins that division will be either 9-7 or 8-8, like I said before. Okay?
All right.
All right. NFC North. Are you ready?
You didn't hear my picks.
Well, we already know who your pick is.
But it's going to be interesting. I want you to hear it.
All right, go ahead.
Because especially the record.
Because you're a homer.
I am.
Yeah.
My Cowboys, 12-4. And the 2 seed, because we don't do well with buys.
Okay,
when we have a bye week, guys go to
that
Cabo and they take vacations, and we lose to the Packers. So
the 3, let's take the first 4 games. Rams, Falcons,
win,
Seahawks,
lose,
Browns,
win. 3-1 at the quarter pole.
So I believe that they will be 1-3.
No way.
I believe their big win will be over the Browns. They will lose to everything else. The Giants, they will win. The Cowboys lose in Arizona, I believe.
I think they win.
So right there tells you where the Cowboys season. Then you're going to see another part of Mike McCarthy at that point. When he's 1-5, 1-6, you're going to see a different part of him. You're going to see the complainer, the one that got thrown out of a high school basketball game sitting in the stands. You're going to see that guy. And that's not pretty. And then you know what you're not going to like about Mike McCarthy? Here's something that I'm going to point out to you so that you can look at this and listen for it. When he talks to the press, okay, you will be so irritated with yeah.
Okay.
That's all you hear.
Well, it'll be better than hearing stuff about the process and we're just trying to get better. And if we play on the moon or in the parking lot.
Oh, you know the other thing?
Clap.
You know the other thing he'll say? Oh, this is the other thing. Well, all 3 phases of the game, we did this. 3 phases. Our 3 phases, we did pretty well in the 3 phases of the game. Yeah, but Mike, you didn't win. Okay? And you did some crazy, crazy, crazy decisions. So that's going to be one of your things. You're going to, by week 5, you're going to go, boy, oh boy, I wish Jeff would have never told me about this.
I'll send you $5 every time he does it.
Will you?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, Jeff, one thing about McCarthy and playing at AT&T Stadium, he knows how to win there.
So, you also have the Ravens, you have the Vikings and Steelers, okay? All losses, I believe. And those losses are going to happen like back-to-back with the Steelers and Vikings. And then you got the Ravens. Do you hear Bella in the background?
What is she? I thought that was you scratching trying to get out.
That's her trying to get out of the door.
So you're saying,
Bella.
okay.
So middle of the year, they have Steelers and Vikings back-to-back.
Okay, those are both wins.
Both losses.
Both wins.
They are not gonna. This is where Dak leaves the year when Steelers get done. T.J. Watt will break Dak Prescott in half.
You do know we have one of the best offensive lines in the
Collins is missing. No, he's gonna be back.
It's okay. We got a replacement.
And who's the replacement? Cam Irving?
Yep.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
He's a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, he sure is. That's why he hasn't been able to break the lineup.
And we got a backup behind that. We're good, man.
12-4 you're going, right? And this is where, we're going to go. I'm going to do the NFC North here. But so you're going 12-4, and then who's your second place in the division?
Second place will be the
Eagles.
I got to get to it. Yeah, 9-7.
All right.
And I got the Giants. Another name that we need to get rid of as far as quarterbacks go, Danny Dimes. Can we please stop? Please, can we stop? Just give the ball to Saquon, okay? They're going to go 4-14. No, 4-12. Sorry, 4-12. That they play 2 extra games. They're going to lose 2 extra games. So I'm not. And then the Washington whatevers, they go 3-12.
I hope my niece in Louisiana is watching right now because this is a very important pick for her.
3-13 for the Washington whatevers, and 4-12 for the Giants.
NFC North, ready?
Yeah.
My pick to win the division. Look at your screen.
Hey, we agree on something.
Because I'm not a homer.
We agree on something.
All right. So it's going to be Vikings, Bears, Packers.
What?
That's the pick.
So you're claiming 3 teams from the NFC North are going to get into the playoffs?
I claim 3 teams will make it to the playoffs.
Never
It'll be just like 2010. The Packers will get in as a wild card, and the Packers run the table to get to the Super Bowl.
No.
It's going to happen.
No.
Because it doesn't make a difference what you do during the season as long as you get into playoffs. And I'm talking playoffs.
But I don't see 3 teams from the NFC North when you have the NFC West.
I see it.
No.
That's all that matters.
There's no way that the NFC North puts 3 teams in the playoffs. Even with the new playoff format, that will not happen.
Lions will bring up the bottom. So
no.
Go ahead. You tell me who wins it.
I'm going to go Vikings.
All right.
I'm going to put them at 11-5. I put your Packers at 9-7.
No way.
And they are the 7th seed. So that gives them that chance to maybe show that there's some hope that they make it.
Packers could be 6-0 by the time November hits.
They could be.
Because they'll beat the Vikings this week, I believe. They'll beat the Lions. They'll beat the Saints on Sunday night. They'll beat the Falcons. They'll beat Tampa. And they'll beat the Texans. And then they got the Vikings again, which the Vikings could beat the Packers at Lambeau. We'll see. Packers have that 49ers matchup again that they are haunted by.
And they will continue to be haunted because that's going to be a loss.
Then they got Jags, which they'll win.
Oh, yeah, that's easy. See,
they got the one that's going to trip them up is going to be the next 2 after that. It's going to be the Colts and the Bears. Because then they'll have the Eagles, they'll have the Lions and the Panthers, and then the Titans will be a good game on Sunday night at the end of the year, and then the Bears again. So, but that middle where they take on the Colts and Bears, that's going to be a tough 2 weeks for them.
The way I look at you guys' season, you start out pretty well, 2-0.
Okay.
Then you lose to New Orleans. You beat Atlanta. You lose to Tom Brady and the Bucks.
All right.
You lose at Washington. You drop one against Minnesota at Lambeau.
See, in your heart, you know that we're not going to lose to Washington. You know that.
No, Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, Minnesota. No.
You said Washington.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I
need to drink Minnesota. You're going to lose.
Okay.
You're going to drop one to Minnesota at Lambeau.
Okay.
You're going to have that bad memory come up when you lose at San Francisco.
Okay.
But then you're going to go on a run. You're going to beat Jacksonville. You're going to beat Indy. You're going to beat Chicago. You're going to beat Philly. You're going to beat Detroit. And you're going to beat Carolina.
And
then you're going to split the last two. You're going to lose against Tennessee, and you're going to beat Chicago to finish the season.
And you hope that we beat Philadelphia. That's a homer pick too.
Yes, it is.
But
it's a win-win for both of us.
Doug Peterson loves to play at Lambeau. Loves to coach there. Loved to play there. So I think that's a one of those games that are going to sneak up on you, and they could again shit the bed.
Oh, stop cursing! Kids are watching, Jeff.
So that's my deal there.
All right. So do we wrap up on our Super Bowl predictions?
Not yet. I want to go through your depth chart real quick, and talk about the Dallas Cowboys for a quick second.
So why are we going to do that?
Because I want to show you where the problems are going to be.
I already know the problems, Jeff. I can tell you what they're going to be already.
Irving, do you pick him as a problem at right tackle?
Nope.
Yes. You're thinking he's going to come in and play like Collins did?
He won't play like Collins, but he's going to be a good stopgap until Collins comes back. It'll be fine. He's got the experience.
And you got the guy that played. I think he's played with all 30 teams. At center, Joe Looney. That, let's face it, Badass is going to be playing there.
But it's a win-win there too, because Looney played last year. He got some starts, and so he's got the experience. Okay. So I'm not worried about the
their offensive line.
And like you said, there will be some issues in the offensive line, but I think we're going to be just fine.
Your defensive backfield is still going to be a problem.
Yes.
We all know that.
Oh, yeah. Secondary is going to be one of those that you kind of hope and pray. There is some experience there, but I think a breakout season, rookie season, is going to be Trayvon Diggs. He's going to have a breakout season.
So by the sixth game of the year, we'll all be saying it together. Dallas Cowboys quarterback, his name is Dalton.
So you jumped from the secondary and offensive line to the quarterback being benched.
Well, he won't be benched. I got a feeling he's going to be hurt.
You just skipped over our stud linebacker core.
This is going to be and that's one of your strong points. That's where the defensive backfield is going to get some help, is because of your strong linebacker crew.
But what about our defensive line?
Line is great, but like I said, now some of those teams that you're going to be taking on, you're going to have to look at the matchups for their offensive line and see where you're at. Because if you've got a great line, the linebacking crew is incredible.
Yeah.
But can they hold up? Because that's all you need is one missed tackle on a quarterback, and guess what? He's thrown downfield and the guy could be wide open.
I think the whole thing, our whole defensive plan is going to be to pressure the quarterback, and we can do it. And we are at a weakness in our secondary. But you know what you didn't bring up? And I'm going to bring up a weakness.
Okay, go ahead.
And you didn't bring it up.
Okay.
Tight end. Blake Jarwin. I really think we're going to possibly struggle. It's either going to be a breakout year for Jarwin, or we're going to really see that we lack depth.
You need
at the tight end position.
In McCarthy's system, you need a tight end. And you're not going to like to hear it, but I think he'll do well, is Zeke's going to have to be catching some balls too.
That's okay. He's good about catching balls in the backfield. He'll be fine.
So that
I think we did get with Jarwin. We lost some experience, but we gained some youth because we got rid of Witten. God rest Witten in Vegas.
Right.
Blake Jarwin has the chance to be one of the things that could salvage one of the holes that we have in our offense. I do think tight end is going to be an issue.
All right. So now just run down the Packers real quick because I got to go to my Packers. Packers.
Do we have to?
Bakhtiari, left tackle. His backup will be Josh Nigman.
And he'll be hurt by game 3.
Look up Nigman, by the way. 6'8", 350 pounds. Gonna be the left tackle of the future for the Green Bay Packers. He's gonna be protecting Jordan Love down the road. You got Jenkins at left guard with his backup of John Runyon Jr. Do you know that name, Runyon?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately,
yeah, that guy's is going to be incredible when he finally gets into the lineup. You got center Corey Linsley. I thought Linsley was maybe on the way out. Lucas Patrick's a great center. Plus, they had that Jake Hansen from Oregon that they drafted. Now he's on the practice squad. I thought Jake Hansen was going to be able to maybe unseat Corey Linsley, but Corey Linsley is back as a center. Right guard, Lane Taylor, and then you got Patrick's backing him up. Billy Turner and Rick Wagner at right tackle, and then of course you got the GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, who will prove he is the GOAT this year, and you got Aaron Jones, Jamal Williams, A.J. Dillon, and Tyler Irvin in the backfield. But
Aaron Jones was a stud last season, and he'll probably
19 touchdowns.
He'll improve on that. I think the biggest issue is your receiving core, man. I'm telling you.
Do you believe that with the 19 touchdowns he has, is he a $7 million running back?
He needs to show me a little more.
Right. I agree.
It's a little early.
So,
Jeff, we're agreeing on stuff.
So now defensively, okay, you got Dean Lowry.
Man, you guys couldn't stop anybody in the run last year. What'd y'all do to make that better? How'd you shore up your run defense?
I think it's going to be from the linebacking crew. I think it's going to come from there because there's not much change in that defensive line. You got Lowry, you got Kenny Clark, and you got Tyler Lancaster. And then the linebackers, you got the Smith brothers there. Rashawn Gary's going to have a heck of a year this year. A dark horse is a guy from Miami, University of Miami, Jonathan Garvin. I think he could be a beast. The linebackers, you got Kirksey that came over from the Browns, who's a great linebacker, has a tough time staying on the field like Oren Burks from Vanderbilt. Safeties, you got that Adrian Amos, came over from the Bears. He did well last year. You got Will Redmond. Darnell Savage has to just step up for his second year and play well. And you got Vernon Scott that is a rookie that could play into that safety position. The cornerbacks is where you got a stud in Alexander from Louisville that's played pretty well at the cornerback position. Kevin King's had ups and downs. Yeah, he had some interceptions, but he looks lost on a lot of plays. So that's going to be huge to see where he's at. Josh Jackson could be the guy that comes in and literally takes over that cornerback spot where King is. Now, like you said before, wide receivers is where you're worried about. Packers got 2 speed guys, like speed guys that are out of this world. They got St. Brown and they got Scantling, both huge speed, and both stand 6'3", 6'5", okay, in that area, along with Adams. I don't think the Packers are going to be as bad as you think wide receivers wise. Now, the last part of that is the big tight end position for the Packers. Remember this name, okay?
Dalton.
Write this down. Robert Tonyan. It's going to be a breakout year for Robert Tonyan. He comes from Indiana State. Do you know what great athlete played at Indiana State? I'm talking all sports.
Oh, of course. The original GOAT, Larry Bird.
And this guy is going to show what Indiana State's all about, Robert Tonyan. Guess who his best friend is and he works out with in the offseason?
Jeff Stone.
George Kittle. Know that name?
Oh, wow. So he's got a good workout buddy in the tight end.
Right. So that's going to be the big thing. Tanyan's going to come in and play good tight end position, and the Packers will have big things out of that. And he also is from McHenry, Illinois. Do you know that McHenry, Illinois is like you're in McHenry, but you really should be in Wisconsin. It's that close.
So he's a favorite son, so to speak?
Kind of.
Okay.
Do you know what great names came out of McHenry, Illinois?
I can't say I do, Jeff.
Well, you ever played golf, or did you stay away?
No, sir. I played putt-putt.
You ever hear TaylorMade golf clubs?
Oh, they make golf clubs there? Is that
Gary
a plug
Adams.
For you to get some golf clubs?
Gary Adams, founder of TaylorMade, comes from McHenry, Illinois. Just a little tidbit.
All right.
So, Super Bowl. Here it is.
Okay.
This is the last of our show today.
This is the end-all, be-all right here. All the cards are on the table.
We're going to go with you. Go ahead. I want to hear.
I get to go?
Picks. I want to just hear the Super Bowl. I don't want to hear playoffs. I want to hear Super Bowl picks, and then we're done.
My Super Bowl picks. Cowboys over Chiefs.
You are such a homer. You are something else. When you know there's 4 other teams in the AFC that could be in the Super Bowl, I mean, on the NFC, but you're going to go ahead and take the Cowboys.
And we're going to beat the Saints in the NFC Championship.
All right, here we go. This is what I think. Packers,
Of course.
Colts.
No way.
Packers, Colts. Packers win, and they beat the Dallas Cowboys in the championship game to go to the Super Bowl. They break Tracy Broussard's heart again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be here for you, buddy, when it happens, okay?
Well, I'll also be for you
Okay.
when you guys are bounced in the first round. So
Okay. So that's where we're at. So Colts, Packers for me. Tracy says Cowboys, KC, Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I picked the Packers to win. You're picking Cowboys to win.
And we're 2 homers. After all that, we still ended up with our teams. That's just good drama right there.
See? There you go. So there we go. It's going to be a good year. I think
Are you ready for some football?
It's going to be a year where it's going to be everybody's talking about the COVID. It's going to be some things happening that have never happened before with these games. And I hope that we stay away from the talk of the COVID. I hope that it doesn't have a great big breakout so that we can.
I hope they're doing what they're supposed to and staying confined, because we can look at the NBA and what a great job they've done. And also, are you okay with your Bucks? I'm sorry.
Right away, you got to bring
it
that
really
up.
hurts me. No, not right away. We're almost done. So, see, Travis, my nephew. Oh, somebody said Cowboys with a joke. Go back to bed, Daniel.
That's from
get out of your mom's basement.
YouTube.
Yeah. We always get good ones from YouTube.
We always get some good ones from YouTube. So.
Yeah.
But we also have Bogey. What did he say here? Sad to say with Tracy, but if Aaron plays like he should, it's Packers Chiefs. Oh, all right.
It's going to be a reunion of sorts. God, I can't even talk. I'm tired. It's going to be a Super Bowl I rematch.
That would be interesting. That would be an all right for me if that would happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe Aaron Rodgers gets a Super Bowl win this year, and then let's see what happens. Let's see if the Jordan Love talk simmers down.
He might just take the ring and the trophy and then the bird
and leave. That's right.
Yeah.
He might do it, and he's very capable of doing that. So Daniel said he's got the Packers all the way. So
now Daniel's your friend.
So Daniel's a good guy. So Kevin Tyler
Jeff,
calls us both a homer. He wanted
right.
the Raiders to be in that Super Bowl.
Okay.
So,
I'm going to be – you said that the Cowboys are going to have a meltdown at the coaching position. There's going to be one between Rodgers and LaFleur.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
There's a good chance of that too. There really is. So let's get back real quick because we got to get out of here. Bucks, disappointing. Does Giannis leave the Bucks?
Yes.
You believe so?
I do.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think he
he
likes
does.
Milwaukee.
I think there's a new coach and Giannis leaves.
I think there will be a new coach. I truly believe that there will be a new coach. I also believe that they need to go out and find a better number 2 guy.
They do. Giannis can't do it by himself.
They need a shooter. And I know that everybody's saying, "Oh, Chris Middleton can shoot." No, he can't.
He did.
They need a better shooter, okay? And they need a guy that's not going to like go and become a ghost if Giannis is shooting 20 times a game. He's got to be able to come in and be a compliment.
Does Giannis fix his shot over this time?
Does Giannis pick?
You were talking about his shot, how off it is.
It's like I said, it's probably the worst shot I've seen. And the guy, Jason Kidd, allowed that to happen. So
my question is, how quick a turnaround is there going to be?
I like that, Kevin Tyler. I like that coaching decision right now. Because that would keep Giannis in Milwaukee if they made a coach decision like that.
Yeah, but look, going forward, how much time? Because the finals are going to be almost in late September?
Right.
And then when does the next season start up? And how much rest are people going to have?
Right.
Ooh, Giannis to the Clippers, man. If the Clippers don't win it all this season, that could be the missing man.
Unless they trade Giannis during the season next year, Giannis is staying for another season.
I think he goes to the Bulls.
Giannis ain't going to the Bulls. No way. They ain't gonna. He wants to win. If he's gonna go somewhere, he's gonna go Miami Heat, Clippers, because he'd like to play under Doc Rivers, I'm sure. And I could see him going to even help out the young guy down in New Orleans. And
oh my goodness, getting him down there. Oh boy. And you want to talk about Mardi Gras.
I mean, Lord. That would be partying down there. So
yeah,
but
him and Zion. Oh,
Mark Jackson, though, to coach the Bucks would be a good pick. I'd like that pick to coach the Bucks. So there is going to be the November draft is for the NBA. That's when they'll be drafted, which is kind of off when you think of it.
It's like we're just trying to digest this season, and then we can already talk about next. But
did you get
I think some of the involuntary workouts are going to be starting up soon for the teams that didn't make it to the bubble.
Did you get a chance to watch Toronto and Boston last night? That game wore me out. Wore me out watching it.
Yeah,
just wore me out.
Did you see Lowry yelling at his coach because he wanted a timeout?
He wanted a timeout, and that wasn't a very good, smart play by a coach. Talk about a coach that let the team down there. Could have really turned into a disaster.
Yeah.
But just wore me out. And I still think Boston's going to win that series. I still believe that they will.
I think that the Raptors are hanging on by a thread. I mean, that's going to be a great Game 7. We've had some drama in the bubble, man. I love it.
So I know there's a lot of people saying Bogey said that trade him for a bunch, Giannis. And I agree. If you can't get him signed, definitely. But I got a feeling that he's going to play next year, and he's going to wait. He's going to play under a big contract for a year, and he's going to wait and see what the cap's going to be and all that kind of stuff, and he could make more money. And so we'll see what all happens after next year. But like I said, if he's completely set on leaving, then yes, you have to trade him and get as much as you can get. So
we're going to see that series wrap up Friday.
Bogey's best friend,
Raptors, and Celtics.
Bogey's best friend, Big Mike, will be happy about you picking the Dallas Cowboys. That's his favorite team. He believes every year that Dallas will win the Super Bowl.
As you should, like McCarthy said, it's Super Bowl or bust. Who doesn't want to go to the Super Bowl?
Just like he believes Boston and the Cubs will win the World Series. And we both know that doesn't happen very much. So, but the Cowboys, I believe they're going to have a great year. But I also going to believe that Mike McCarthy is going to have a couple of meltdowns.
And I think Rodgers is going to have some meltdowns.
And I just think that Dak is going to have some issues. And Kevin, I don't believe if you look at Laurie was wrong. I don't believe he was wrong because he's a competitor and he's looking at the fact that if he would have just thrown the ball to the guy that was at the line that was inbounds, nobody around him, the game would have been over. You got to look at the situation. Now, he's wrong maybe by showing up as coach the way he did. Yes. But when you're a competitor and you're a guy that's playing 50 minutes, you're going to get tired and you're going to be on edge. They wanted to win. They wanted to get out of there. So sometimes you got to, as a coach, you got to just let those players go.
And, that's good competition. They both want to win, but you never doubt the coach, Jeff.
You don't. And it could be, and like Kevin says, it could be childish. But so all the LeBron James fans out there, when he was ripping on his coaches, was that childish or was that good play because LeBron knows basketball?
He knows he's the greatest basketball player that's ever existed.
There's my point.
And it's okay to complain about every call that doesn't go your way because it's LeBron James.
There's my point right there.
Yeah.
So there you go. But so there we go. There's my pick. There's your pick.
Hey, we did good, Jeff. We didn't
Make
fight
sure
too
you watch
much.
the game tonight because
I'll try to catch the second half when I get back.
It's going to be huge just to get NFL football going. Let's
know.
go.
And then Monday's show, we'll talk about all of our picks.
That's right. How we did over the weekend.
Our wins and losses. We're going to either eat chicken wings or we're eating crow.
So Kevin's still upset because he, in public, Laurie, upstaged his coach.
They're going to say it was just emotion.
It is emotion.
Oh, Kevin with the Lakers?
So here's we're going to end with this, okay? Emotions, how it can get you this fired up, right? In the moment, okay? So I was at a show, Blake Shelton show, and the drummer was playing a song that he wasn't supposed to play at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And when he found out that the song wasn't supposed to be the song that he started out playing, it was supposed to be one encore song. Soon as he got done and a nice little buddy of his said, hey, you weren't supposed to play that song. His emotions at that point, after a long night, sweating, 100-degree weather, his emotions as a drummer jumped out of his seat and down the ramp and heading to the boss's bus. Is that good to go to the boss's bus and say, hey, what the heck? Or do you calm down? Or do you just give your finger to the band leader and say, it's your fault. It's whoever's fault, but it wasn't my fault because I didn't know. And that's what was happening with Laurie. It's like, I could pass the ball to this guy right here. You call timeout. We had 0.5 seconds left. There was no chance.
So getting back to the drummer thing, I just kind of wanted to get to the bottom of it and see what happened because I got blindsided. I wasn't told what was going on. It was a lack of communication.
But emotions take over.
It does happen. Yes, it does. And you want to get to the bottom of it. And I'm sure Nurse and Lowry worked it out.
The next day, though, with yours or with that drummer, I'm not saying it was you.
Oh, see, you already gave it up.
I'm just saying that with that drummer, the next day it would have been talked about without emotions getting involved, without leaving your buddy in a wheelchair up on stage so he can't get off. Mm-hmm. You're running off the stage, down the steps and everything else. Your little buddy sitting up there going, hey, can somebody come get me? No, you're running to the bus to find out what the hell's going on. And that's what emotions are. That's
like most stories. That was totally wrong. I didn't leave you. I didn't leave you on the stage.
You did leave me.
Got you down there.
No, I stayed on the stage. You
And-
walked right off.
And you were stuck.
I was stuck.
And you didn't have anyone to help you.
I didn't have nobody to take me down the ramp because they were taking all the stuff out down the ramp.
And you had to stay there for hours.
I had to stay there for 20 minutes.
Oh, okay, cool. Just want to clarify the timeline there.
So what Kevin said is that you possibly, could have been fired that night again. That would have been what, number 3?
Nope, because that had nothing to do with me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was a miscommunication. I was just following orders. The chain of command broke down.
Who hangs out with musicians? I don't. I hang out with a drummer.
That's the joke.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a legendary drummer joke.
Oh.
Who's the guy that hangs out with musicians? A drummer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. I got it now. Wow. You're actually like ripping on yourself on that.
I rip on all the drummer jokes. You can't. Perception is reality when it comes to drummers. You can't change the opinion.
My point was emotions get the best of you at all times.
Sometimes they do. But once you get it worked out, which is what I did, or the drummer did, it was fine. We figured out what went wrong.
I'm sure Lori and Nick there got it all worked out today.
And they're going to wrap it up in Game 7.
And you think they're going to win?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
My picks have been crap thus far anyway, so might as well just throw it out there.
Well, I think Miami's going to win it all. It's my pick.
Miami wins it all.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Wow.
So
it's a good pick.
I believe whoever comes out of the East is going to win it all.
Man, I think the winner's going to be from Los Angeles.
All right. You said that all along, so we'll see what happens with that. All right. Monday, 1:00, we'll be back to talk about the NFL weekend.
And we got football to talk about, Jeff. We made it through.
And we made it through this one.
Bogey says we're killing it.
It was long. It was a long show today, but we had a lot of things to get to.
We had a lot to talk about
with the NFL starting tonight, and Houston and Chiefs going to be a great game.
Yep.
A lot of firepower. I could see this. I could see taking the over on this one. So
there's going to be some sloppy play. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to seeing.
So, all right. You have yourself a good weekend, and
yeah, you too.
I'll be pulling for your Cowboys on Sunday night.
Thank you.
And I hope Carter has a great game today.
We'll see. They're playing a tough team. So
is he playing running back?
Yeah, as far as we know.
All right. So hopefully you'll get out there and rush for about 120 yards.
I just want 20. 20 would be nice.
So keep your little videos coming because I sure like the way you rip on me. That's really a nice friend, the way you do that.
And props to you for doing a good video job on the other stuff.
I don't
rip on you all the time.
I gotta say it's kind of funny because anybody that wants to see, I might get myself in trouble with this one. Anybody wants to see how the media can attack like somebody like Trump, just watch Tracy manipulate the videos that he puts up that I talk about. It's all manipulation. If he'd go just a little bit further in the comments, he would find out that that's not even what I meant or said.
That's the beauty of censorship.
That's the beauty of somebody that can
America.
You have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday, all right?
Yeah, man. Enjoy your football.
Take care.